Okay, it's time to just come right out and say it. Answers in Genesis founder Ken Ham is a dangerous man. Okay? Wow, now that's a pretty strong statement, isn't it? And why would one Christian say that about another Christian? Well, Ham has an absolute obsession with what he claims is the literal view of Genesis and insists that the universe and earth were created in just 6 days and that the universe is only 6,000, yes, 6,000 years old. So let me be clear right off the start. That's okay. If you want to believe that as a Christian, fine. But the problem is, Ken Ham pretty much insists that you can hardly be a Christian and not hold to that 6 days of creation view. Mr. Ham insists that the debate about the age of the universe is one of biblical authority, and he frankly will hear no other argument, even ones based on solid scientific work from scientists who hold to a Christian worldview, such as astrophysicist Dr. Hugh Ross. Just as Richard Dawkins, the atheist Richard Dawkins, insists no matter what the evidence shows, he will not acknowledge God in the design of the universe, Ken Ham has in effect done exactly the same thing by flatly rejecting anything in science that points to an old Earth or old universe, utterly ignoring that our closest neighboring galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, is 2 million light years away. Just for starters, the dangerous Ken Ham insists the universe is only a mere 6,000 years old. Okay, but why is Ken Ham dangerous? For the simple reason that in his article entitled Rejecting 6 Literal Days, What's the Real Motivation? Ken, instead of looking for real answers and science to back up his assertions, wants to suggest that Christians who even attempt to present evidence of a different interpretation of Genesis that contradicts Ken Ham's 24-hour, 6-day creation interpretation, well, those people must have some kind of an anti-Christian, anti-God motivation. In Ken's article, which is a rebuttal to Justin Taylor's article, Biblical Reasons to Doubt the Creation Days Were 6 24-Hour Periods, Ken does little to actually rebut the 5 reasons given by Taylor, but instead questions Taylor's motivations, accusing him of questioning God's and the Bible's authority. Ken Ham gets into dangerous cult-like, yes, cult-like territory when he goes down the path of making the age of the universe an authority issue instead of making this exactly what it is. It's an interpretative issue. While I'm certainly not a Hebrew scholar or a theologian, there are plenty of those types out there who most definitely question how the ancient Hebrew of which Genesis was originally written is to be interpreted when it comes to the creation event. Just as there are different views on baptism, there are also differing views on the age of the universe and how to interpret Genesis 1 and 2. But not in Ken Ham's world. No, there's only one closed-minded anti-science view in his world. Really, how do you go back to an ancient language and get an exact meaning from a text of which there are no original versions still in existence, which, by the way, also had no vowels, and insist on an exact interpretation when there are more educated people than you who may have a different opinion as to what that text says? And then to top it all off, you arrogantly want to question their motivation and in effect say whether or not they are real Christians or not. I certainly don't question Ken Ham's Christianity based on whether he wants to ignore sound science and believe in a 6,000-year-old universe, which there is not a shred of evidence for. If you want to believe that, fine, but I might question his Christianity based on his my way or the highway arrogance. When you question somebody else's core beliefs and motivations based on a narrow interpretation that you hold to, that's when your beliefs and your motivations are the ones that actually come into question. Now check out the articles I've linked to in the video description below. They link to the articles that I've talked about in this video. So check them out and leave your questions and comments in the comment section below.